was Wacky Wellness. And I call it Wacky Wellness because I am not presenting a rigid and highly disciplined exercise routine or diet or anything like that. However, I am focusing on improving my own health in a holistic way. So, with that, I wanted to start today by sharing all the different aspects of our health. And then I'm going to drop another video where we talk about stress. And we're going to be talking about stress management pretty probably frequently in different areas of our lives that could affect our health frequently on this channel. And so I welcome everyone who's coming back and I welcome everyone who's jumping on board. So it's a humble journey, but I think if I can help one person out there on it, because I've had a lot of people through my life ask me, how do you do, why are you always smiling, or how are you always smiling? And firstly, I love life. I love life. And secondly, I learned many, many years ago, I learned growing up, firstly from my mom, and then as I studied psychology, I learned all of the different ways you can manage stress, you can manage life, you can manage happenings, and some of the valleys and difficulties. Sometimes we need help with that. But what I want to do is, at least at the very least, is be able to start sharing some knowledge with you. And I think the best way is just to get some schools of thought out there, get some studies out there, get some academics out there, and just share the basics. And then we can talk about, it from our own perspective. So with that, I have this, or before we get into the chart, I wanted to share my numbers with you that I did yesterday. So yesterday on my Fitbit, I did 5,998 steps, 5,098, and I burned 1,804 calories, and I did a little over 2 miles. Now, that was walking and strolling. Now, today I've been doing errands. I've had to do a number of things. So today is a little different. Today so far is only 2,639 steps, and it is 1:30ish. So I've burnt 954 calories thus far, and I've walked 1.11 miles. So I will probably go out at the end of the day when I am a little freer and take and put a few more steps on. But I'm able to see those, and I haven't taken in any calories. And the soda that I found recently has absolutely zero sugar and zero caffeine. So there's 0 calories when I drink the soda. So I've had no, and I'm drinking coffee, so maybe that's 2 calories. So with that, let's get started on this because this is super interesting. This is from the Colorado State University, and the 8 dimensions of well-being. So it breaks them down here. And I think what I'm going to do, because each of them are so interesting, is I'm going to do a video on each of them. But let's look quickly at what they encompass. So first of all, we see emotional, financial, financial. That's totally, yeah, that's a big one. Environmental, intellectual, spiritual, social, occupational, and physical. So, so what do these mean in the way of well-being? So this is by the Colorado State Pueblo, and what they see is they break them down and they see each of these categories um, being important for our wellness overall. And emotional well-being. So this is encompasses the knowledge and the skills we need to handle the emotions, to identify our personal feelings and the ability to handle. So I would say that's the most important part of this. Um, and so that is huge. I mean, that sentence encompasses a huge concept right there. So I always thought in grammar school and whatnot, they should have emotional courses and teachings. And I think more and more they're doing that in small ways. But physical dimension is, of course, related to our physical aspects, our nutrition, exercise, weight management, ergonomics, tobacco use, and disease prevention. So, yeah, our physical, sometimes we may get we may get afflicted with something, and you'll notice that 24/7 you are focusing on your health. You're focusing on your physical. Like if you have the flu or something, you're constantly drinking water. You're making sure you drink your soups. You're resting. You're making sure you take your medicine. These are all managing your physical. And yes, and for your overall well-being, just having this health regimen or exercise routine, or like what I'm doing, a walking routine, and using my Fitbit to help me um, keep things in perspective in my diet also. So occupational, this just encompasses, it means it encompasses all of the aspects of well-being. So social well-being is super important, right? This encompasses all aspects of well-being pertaining to our social connections, our relationships, and our personal expression. Being able to express yourself and having that validated from someone is super important. And I think that's why the social media really helps people, because if they're isolated, which we know in 2020, that was a spin-off of a result, it was being lonely. People were lonely, and they weren't getting their social connections and relationships. Not everyone is in a relationship. You see some relationships are turmoil, but it doesn't always mean a partnership or romantic relationship. Just having a friend, just having someone you can talk to, that is super important. Spiritual well-being, this encompasses um, um, oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to read it from here. Spiritual wellness is one of the 8 that contribute to overall health and wellness. It encompasses all aspects of well-being pertaining to the search of purpose and meaning of life. So, I might add to that. It looks at our, maybe our reflection of our life, or meditative practices, or reflection in the way of, yeah, meditating in prayer and whatnot like that. So for me, it is prayer and it is meditation. And I do like to reflect and really look at situations and different things in my life, and try to get it in perspective if it's not. Intellectual wellness encompasses all aspects of well-being pertaining to brain health and growth via thought-provoking mental activities. Thought-provoking mental activities. The resources listed in this section are designed to optimize your intellectual wellness status. I would say too, just adding to that, just overall is, yes, what you eat, your health habits, yes, all of it affects your intellectual. When I was, my numbers were way, way up, my weight was way, way up. I was extremely lethargic. I really wasn't realizing my numbers were up like that. And I really couldn't think well. I wasn't myself. So, totally your intellectual is affected by your health. Environmental well-being. This encompasses all areas of health that relate to the environment and in turn how the environment can impact human health. So that can be anywhere from your living conditions, to what you have to do every day, going to work, the environment at work. So, yeah, it can be many different influences here. Environmental wellness includes, it says eco-friendly considerations, active participation in recycling, medicine, energy, fuel, water conservation, use of sustainable products. And again, I'll say again, your living area and your work areas. Financial well-being. This encompasses all aspects of well-being pertaining to finances, including knowledge and skills of financial planning and managing. The resources listed in the section are opportunities designed to optimize your financial wellness. And okay, so that is one site. Now, there's another site I pulled up because I really like the way they put it in 4 dimensions in a nutshell. And I like the questions they asked over here. They talk about the 4 dimensions as a spiritual wellness, your emotional wellness, your physical, and your social. And with that, they say with the spiritual, do you set time aside for prayer, meditation, or personal time? Are you able to relax on a daily basis? Emotional. Are you able to make decisions, complete activities with minimum stress and worry? Stress will sometimes look like you not being able to make a decision. That's stress. It can be stress or worry. Is there something you're looking for or forward to? Physical wellness. Do you participate at least 3 times a week in aerobic activity, or walking? Do you get adequate and satisfying sleep? And are you refreshed? And do you have issues with tobacco, alcohol, or nutrition? Mine was nutrition. I was eating ice cream every single day. I gave up the ice cream and I dropped 20 pounds. Boom. That was it. So from there, I just started to build up on my wellness. Do you set aside and plan to be with your family and friends? This is social wellness. Do you feel that your relationships are positive and rewarding? And are you involved in group activities or hobbies? So some people don't have lots of family around them. So this is where I think the community activities or your hobby and getting out there and building up your friend network is really super important. And a lot of people will go to work and go home, go to work and go home. I did that for years. I always had 2 jobs. So it was work, home. I was very tired. There was no time for hobbies. So, yeah, it's definitely a shift that sometimes needs a lot of attention. So, with that, I hope that that helps a little bit. And what we will be doing is taking deeper dives into each of these dimensions of health. And so, with that, the next video we're going to drop, we're going to talk about stress and how to manage that a little bit better. So, with that, you have a beautiful day.